bikes and feel the heat. It's time for another episode of Podcast Gagotoku, aka Like a Podcast. I'm your host, Argyle, and with me, as always, is Jordan.
Hey! Season 2! Are we calling this Season 2? Is that appropriate?
That's what we did on Pod of Greed, so now we're on season
called...
5 of Duel Monsters, but it's season 6 of the show, the podcast.
Because you get Season 0, and I was thinking we also kind of have a Season 0, but we're calling it Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like I like just naming numbers, so that's a good way to start a podcast, I think. It's Season 2. Yakuza. I think we're just gonna, for sake of convenience, since this time around we're playing 2 games. Sorry to everyone if you can hear the construction sounds. It's really happening. We're gonna call it Yakuza 1, I think, just for sake of convenience.
Yeah.
Because you're playing Kiwami, and I'm playing PlayStation 2 Yakuza from 2005.
I can't wait to see what the differences are.
Oh, it's I've already noticed some stuff, so
nice.
I'll tell you one thing. My time playing this game will be a lot less than your time playing this game for quite a few different reasons.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's less cutscenes in Yakuza 2005, and there's also less Majima in Yakuza 2005. So,
well, yes, of course, he's not everywhere. He's
not everywhere in this.
He's
game.
there.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I think next episode.
Yeah, next chapter is when that gets introduced.
Oh boy. Let's see. We got anything to update? Any news? Any Yakuza happenings in the past week?
Not that I know of. I mean,
Yakuza 7 is on the horizon, coming out in November. Super excited.
We already knew that.
Yeah, I knew. I was just thinking about what our lives are going to be like. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm buying that game the second I can get my grubby little hands on it.
Right.
So we're going to be, I think by my math, unless something goes horribly wrong, the world has one of those incidents. We have a falling out for some reason over like something stupid about Yakuza. We'll be in the middle of Yakuza Kiwami 2 by the time 7 is out. So we're going to both be full-time playing Yakuza 7 and playing Yakuza Kiwami 2 every week and talking about it on the podcast. And I'm going to be editing that podcast, and my brain is probably just going to rot out of my ears.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
It's going to be fun. I still need to play Yakuza 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm like kind of prepared to just play that one for the first time on the podcast to have an authentic reaction to the second half of that game. Shall we crack on with Yakuza 1, the original, the one that started it all?
Yeah.
Yakuza 1.
Let's fucking go.
So I'm playing the one from 2005. You're playing Kiwami, which came out in what, 2015? 15? Yeah, I think so.
In Japan, at least.
In Japan, and then they put it out in the States at some point.
Yeah, I think it was like 2017, something like that.
I'm sure most of our listeners who are
so that we don't just sound like idiots.
Pretty much. Let's do that.
January 21st, 2016, in Japan, and in North America in 2017.
Do you want to tell us a bit
August
about what
29th, 2017.
Do you want to tell us like specifically about what they did with Kiwami? Like what makes it different than the original? Because actually, I'm sure most of our listeners are more familiar with Kiwami than they are with the original. So.
Yeah, if you're playing the games, like, you're probably going to play Kiwami rather than 1, because 1 is only available on the PS2 emulation, of course, and the Wii U.
Yes.
So, the big changes, it's a 10th anniversary project. It is a shot-for-shot remake of Yakuza 1, so the cutscenes are, like, exactly the same, but
they're exactly the same.
Yeah, like, if you watch them side by side, like, all the animation, the camera shots, like, it's all spot on. Like, I don't know if, they even... if they hand recreated it or what, like...
Yeah, who knows how animation works? Yeah. It's impossible to say.
All the voice acting has been redone. It's all the same voice actors, of course, but, now it's been 10 years since they started, so presumably they're more experienced, but also it's just better audio quality. The combat...
I think they redid some of the music, too.
Yeah, the music, there's a lot of the same tracks, but they've been redone I think in some cases this is contentious, like, you know, among fans of the series. Like, there are some who prefer the old tracks. They just think they're better. I don't really have any opinion on it because I haven't really listened to both ends of the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I'll chime in on music opinions if I form them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the combat.
Combat is just straight up Yakuza Zero's combat. It's got Brawler, Rush, and Beast. You don't even unlock them; like, you just have them from the start.
No, it's exactly the same. It's really funny. To me, it means Kiryu has learned nothing in the entire time break.
Well, I mean, the biggest change is that you have Dragon Style right from the start, and we'll get into how that kind of is undercut later, but
the game really sacrifices itself for that.
Yeah, it's got a lot of the same sub-stories. I think there's, like, you know, a few additional ones, of course. It's got, like, some of the newer minigame additions, like, obviously, Yakuza 1 and 2 did not have karaoke. Kiwami does.
No.
You know, lots of good stuff like that. I don't know, like, you know, the fine grain, like, very nitty gritty details, but those are, like, the broad ones.
We'll go into them more as we begin our journey. I'll share some things that I noticed from. I mean, I played this first chapter took me like 30 minutes to play. It's not that long, but
yeah, it took me a little bit longer than that just because I was taking
think you
notes,
actually
and
have
also
a little...
just like I was posting on Discord a lot during it.
Oh yeah, but I think so first of all, Yakuza PlayStation 2, we'll just call it Yakuza, is not, because of technologic limitations, is not one big continuous map. It's got loading screens, or like loading zones. So each time you walk into a different street, that's its own separate map.
Really?
Which I didn't know about. Yeah. So just like walking, you know, down to Nakamichi Alley where the public park is, that's like it loads that.
Holy smokes.
And, and there's no camera either. At least in the overworld
it's
map.
Like a fixed camera?
Yep, it's all fixed camera. Which actually, you know, I have a big fondness for the sort of ugly beauty of PS2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I can jam with like a fixed camera. You know, I've played old Resident Evil.
And
games.
I like the fixed camera because it's very like.
I would assume it's not tank controls though.
No. It controls exactly the same.
Yeah,
but it kind of creates.
I'm not sure how I feel about those. About like free controls.
Yeah.
They never really mesh very well with a fixed camera.
Mm-hmm. But it works well, and it like kind of creates this. I don't know. It's almost like it feels like it's kind of shot on a you know, a camera, like a movie. The combat obviously is just limited to the one style. It's not called, you know, Dragon style. It's just Kiryu's fighting style that he has up until Yakuza 0, huh? When they changed it up and broke it into pieces.
Until Yakuza 6, technically, since it does play.
Fair enough.
It's like a different moveset, even if it's essentially the same.
Yes. Let's see what else. Of course, we're going to be talking extensively about the dub.
Oh, baby.
I will say, from the time I spent with the dub, first of all, of course, it's you know, it's not great. I don't like dubs. I prefer the games in Japanese. But I've decided, because of A, my love and respect for this series, and B, my understanding that this game came out in a time and place where, in order to create the product that they wanted to sell as many copies as possible, the people at Sega decided that if they had to have one, which they had to have one because they couldn't fit both on the disc, that they were going to dub it, so it would have a better mass appeal in the West. So because of that, and the fact that I don't think the series would be where it is today without the dub, I'm decided that I'm going to come at this from a position of understanding and to just try to see the best that I can in the dub. That being said, Kiryu, I can't do it. I can't do it without
this is not my beautiful Kiryu.
This is not my beautiful son. I don't know who he is. Kiryu has such a wonderful and iconic deep voice that we all know and love, and hearing him talk in any other way, you know, respect to whoever's doing the voice. I have his name written down somewhere. He's trying. God bless him. He's not Kiryu. This is a different character. I will
I would encourage any listeners who want to see it. You can look it up on YouTube. There is someone who has actually cut the audio into the Yakuza Kiwami reanimated versions of the cutscenes. So it looks nice.
It's awesome.
And it sounds horrible.
It's actually really cool. It's very fun. So we'll talk more about the dub as we progress. I also, real quickly, just want to give a quick content warning. The first chapter of Yakuza, there's an attempted sexual assault. So if that's something that you're not into, well, if you don't want to hear that, I'll let you know before we talk about it, because it's plot important. Let's get cracking. Let's go. Yakuza 1. The first chapter is called...
All of the chapters are dated.
Yes.
At least in Kiwami.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so this is chapter 1, October 1st, 1995, Fate of a Kinslayer. Very good chapter title, I gotta say.
It's actually... I hate to correct you here. It's actually called Fate of a Traitor. They said
what? Kinslayer's
the Western audiences.
The
Western audience would look at the word Kinslayer and say, "Hi, this is some Japanese concept. I don't get this." They did change it to traitor.
What is this? Bloodborne? What are they saying? Kin for?
Kin
What?
cold blood? What? Yeah. So let's see. This it is October 1st, 1995. We're in Kamurocho. The game begins with a cutscene. It is a rainy.
This tracking shot is extremely PS2.
Oh yeah,
like the
shot of all the crowds.
Said, shot for shot recreated in Kiwami. So like I can just assume this is the same shot.
Oh yes,
that you
where
have.
It's just basically showing off how many characters they can fit on screen.
Yeah,
at once.
like the camera is like hovering down the street. It looks like the opening shot for Ocarina of Time, where Navi's like going through the fucking Kokiri village.
Yeah. The camera like goofily bumps into someone and like shakes itself, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, we go down the alleyway, Tenkaichi Alley, where Serena is. It's a normal day for everyone. Like it's raining, but otherwise normal. Everyone's just walking down the street. People are talking, having fun. And then, of course, in a back alley, there is someone being shaken down and beaten up by a Yakuza goon. So just kind of setting the tone. This is a game about criminals.
This is a game. This is what Yakuza's like. And then we get a timestamp, 5:47 p.m. We're in a very dark office building.
The rain has it's progressed. It's a full thunderstorm now.
Yeah, it's a full storm now.
It's coming down.
We see our wonderful son, Kiryu. Hello, Kiryu. How you doing? Nice white suit.
Yeah, we technically haven't been introduced to him, but I think it's pointless to beat around the bush because we've already covered a full game.
We'll act as if it's very important for the storytelling specifically of Kiwami. If you come into it from the perspective of Yakuza 0 being canon and having already happened.
Yeah, there was actually like even already like a lot of interesting light shed on, some of the lines said in this first chapter.
Yeah.
From Yakuza 0. They really tried I don't know how much of that was added in post, but
I think they tried very hard in 0 to sort of retrofit itself into Kiwami as best it could, for better or for worse, as I've said, and that's me and my brother have talked about this a lot, and I'm sure when he guests during the season he'll complain about it. Anyways, what is Kiryu doing?
Yeah, so the rain has progressed to a full storm. We're in a dark office building. We see Kiryu. He is holding a gun over the dead and bloodied body of Sohei Dojima. Yeah. Remember Remember last episode about how we were talking about how owned Dojima was and how pissed he was? Well, it's been 7 years and now he's fucking dead. Owned.
Yes, he's dead.
Rest in shit, you piece of...
Rest in shit, this worst Yakuza. One of the...
The unfortunate part is that later games in the series will kind of venerate him and be like, wow, he was such a great man.
Wow, he was the best man. He's the worst Yakuza. I'm gonna make top 5 worst Yakuza, and Dojima is gonna be the number 1. Rest in shit, you horrible, owned, stupid, awful man. You're dead now. And Kiryu killed you, I guess.
Yeah,
and then we also see a shot of
he bends down to pick up a ring. off the ground.
It's a ring. It's got engraved in it is the word Yumi. Remember that? Remember
Oh,
Yumi?
do we actually see that? I didn't remember.
Yes, we do actually.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, yeah. So we already.
It might only be in. It might only be in
engraved.
Kiwami. I don't know.
Yeah, Kiryu picks up this ring. It may or may not say Yumi on it,
Depending on what version.
Yeah, and the cops barge in to arrest him.
Mm-hmm. Our boy. What have you done?
What has he done?
Why did you do this, Kiryu? Yes. Now we'll see.
Now we flash back to the previous day. It is September 30th, 1995, and up pulls a car with Kiryu looking like a fussy little baby in the seat.
Yep, and driving it is it's Shinji Tanaka.
Of the Dojima
one of
family.
Kiryu's. Yeah, he's one of Kiryu's boys.
Yeah, Kiryu is his Aniki. And Kiryu, despite being like kind of a higher ranking person in the Dojima family, has been called in for what should have been a routine collection.
Yes.
And as he gets out of the car, we find out he is Kazuma Kiryu, of course, lieutenant advisor of the Dojima family, a Tojo clan subsidiary.
He's got a
now
promotion.
he's got like the same position that Shibusawa had, before he went to jail. And Kuze and Awano, he's a lieutenant.
Oh yeah, good for him. If there's a new empty lot in this game. So yes, we're going to be doing a collection. Shinji tells us that it's a $200 million collection from a loan shark that goes by the name of Peace Financing.
Yeah, but
they're illegal
from what I've heard, they're anything but peaceful.
Oh, do you get it? And then Kiryu says, "Oh, these guys, they're scumbags. We might have to get a little violent."
Yeah, they've been jacking up their interest rates. And also haven't been paying the family on time, which is really the most egregious crime you can do.
That's the worst thing you can do. And Shinji says, and I quote, "Fuck them," specifically because they hurt innocent people. Just I don't know why I needed to specify that, but we'll continue. So now we can walk down the street.
Yeah, we're just following Shinji.
I believe the game is gating us off. At least it gated me off in the city. But
I don't know about the original game, but Kiwami has the big no-go signs on pretty much every street.
But that's not going to stop us from talking about this map. At least in Kiwami, where I've gotten to explore it.
You can still go to the map screen, so
that's true.
You can take an overhead view of what's going on. So I mean, it's the same map from Yakuza 0. In Kiwami, it's the same. You still have the Kamuro shopping area with the empty lot and all that shit is what I'm trying to get at.
Wait, what? Oh, in 1995?
Yeah, in Kiwami. Yeah, in
1995. Yes. That's true. All right. Then we'll watch that space, everyone. Watch that space.
So what about in the original?
In the original, it's I believe it doesn't have the Kamuro shopping district. It's just the regular city map, and you just can't explore it yet. But we'll talk more about the city when we get to explore it, because I forgot that the thing I wanted to talk about is not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot that was that comes later.
Yeah, so you're walking down the street with Shinji. Shinji, basically the first thing he says to you is like, "Hey, look, a new sex shop. I can't wait to go there."
This is not in the dub. You know all the stuff about Shinji talking about the soaplands and the sex shops and the hostess clubs or whatever? He does not do that in the at least in the dub. It could have been cut content, I'm not sure.
Well, he's a fucking pervert is what we're getting at.
He's got like a shaved...
He's a horny guy.
He's got like a shaved head. Is it possible that Shinji is
Mr. Libido's son?
Libido. He's Mr. Libido's son, and he's kind of carrying on the family legacy.
We never covered this, but I think there is a sub story in Zero where you can meet Shinji as a young tot. So he
sure can.
He's not Mr. Libido, we know that, but he might be related.
No. He grew up to be Mr. Libido.
Yeah, he defeated Mr. Libido in a full horny battle and took his title
Mr.
by
Crankdown. Yes. So he loves that, but he doesn't talk about that, at least in the American version. They might have cut it out because
this is the 4Kids dub. They're not allowed to have guns. They don't talk about sex.
They are allowed
or
to have.
dying.
They're allowed to have swearing, but they're not allowed to talk about titties.
You
ever.
can say the
it's
fuck
illegal.
word.
They can say the fuck word, and boy do they. So we're outside Peace Financing. It's on it's in Nakamichi Alley or Finance Street in the dub inexplicably. All right.
Yeah, it's named after the iconic company Peace Finance that's there.
Everybody it's so loves important that they. Yes.
We take the elevator up, and Shinji just fucking kicks open the door and is like, "Hey, give us our money, you motherfuckers!
Give us our money.
I've got my boss here. You're really in trouble now." And
my
and
boss
the guy's like,
Kiryu's
"Please,
here.
Just give us one more day. That's all we need." And Kiryu's not falling for it because they
I've heard about the Dojima family. You guys collect your debts at the end of a gun barrel.
He sounds like Mickey Mouse in the dub.
He's kind of got a little bit of like a more scumbag version of Otacon.
Okay.
Oh, what is this? It's like one of my Japanese Yakuza.
Yeah, Kiryu's not falling for it because they have very obviously packed up their office and are getting ready to move.
They packed up the office and then Hirata is his name, the owner of Peace Finance. He was in contact with Tsukiyama, and he got the business cards of all of the like low rate bargain bin thugs that you can hire, and they're all in the office just kind of waiting for Kiryu.
Yeah,
they're
just hanging out. They don't even have chairs to sit down in.
That's because they got rid of all their chairs.
Yeah.
Kiryu says, we're not gonna. Oh, Shinji says we don't actually kill people. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, that's just a rumor. That's just made up by people who owe the Dojima family money who are still alive, I guess.
And then Hirata says, "Oh well, if you're not gonna kill me, then I guess you leave me no choice." And then he grabs a golf club and then says, "Now you're gonna learn how to fight me." Instructional tutorial.
I'm gonna show you the combat tutorial, bitch.
We know how the combat works in Yakuza Kiwami, but
in Kiwami, really I didn't even get a tutorial because I'm on New Game Plus and I played the game before.
Hell yeah. It's exactly the same kind of control. Square, rush combo, triangles are finisher, circle is grab, block, whatever. I think you can block in. I didn't need to because no one was attacking me. And if it does teach you how to block, it doesn't do it in this tutorial, so who knows. I will say the Kiryu moves a lot slower than he does in the other games. He just kind of stomps around.
Okay, so you don't like run whenever you.
No.
Okay.
Well, he like kind of he just kind of around the map as he fights. The PS2 has got the most excessive amounts of rumble in of any console that I've ever played.
It's
the
called
PS2
a Dual
controller,
Shock for a reason.
The Dual Shock, it's that one like arcade game from back in the day that had like the Addams Family character on it, and you just grab onto it and it just shakes really hard.
Oh hell yeah!
But you cannot stop this thing from moving, and as a result, it actually kind of works in its favor, huh? Because every time Kiryu punches, the controller like tries to jump out of your hand. So it actually kind of feels very weighty and satisfying. But it also is so much more pared down.
In contrast with the DualShock 2, which is not weighty or satisfying. That's right, PlayStation 2. I'm coming after you.
What are you talking about?
I don't like the DualShock 2 or 3. They're very lightweight. They don't feel good.
I see what you're saying.
I like a nice weight to my controller is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they do feel very, very light. Which I do agree with. It's nice. I just cannot believe how much vibration the controller uses. I'll say one more thing off on a tangent. I've been emulating a couple of PS2 games on using PCSX2.
Your friend PSSX2 gave you a legal copy of other games for the PS2.
He gave me a legal copy of Ace Combat Zero, which was a game that I had already bought, but for some reason my copy didn't work, so I said it would be okay if I played it on PC. That's a true story. And I cannot... The vibration of the controller is so severe that it'll drain a pair of batteries. I have rechargeable, so it's fine. In like 2 hours.
Your controller has a fucking battery? What?
Yeah, I have the Xbox One controller that hooks up. With
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were still using a DualShock.
No. But it will literally just drain the PC. The PC does not handle the vibration in terms of a battery powered controller, because it will just suck these batteries dry from the amount of motor usage.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's very slow. The tutorial is awful because it just makes you do everything way too much. I know this is the first iteration of this combat system, but it's not hard. It makes you do every combination of rush and finisher, so it makes you do the one square, one triangle 6 times, and 2 squares, 1 triangle 6 times, and it makes you do a heat move like 6 or 7 times with the building up the heat gauge, and then it teaches you how to pick up objects and weapons.
They make you build up the heat gauge in every
in
much every other game. They will just automatically fill your heat gauge for you.
Oh yeah, no, you got to build it yourself 6 times, and then it makes you do picking up objects and picking up weapons. Also, as far as I can tell,
so Kiryu... those are 2 separate categories?
It makes you pick up, like, the golf clubs and the chairs, and then...
Great.
Kiryu, I think, only has 1 heat move at the start, which is, like, the push people into a wall heat move, which is kind of disappointing. Okay. But, once again, 2005, this is the first game in the series.
How do the heat moves look? How do those look?
They're great. Like, I mean, the one that I've seen, they've only seen one, but it looks great. I mean, the combat is animated just as well as it always has been. I think the system that they started with was based on the combat of Shenmue, which in turn was based on the combat of Virtua Fighter 3, I think. So that's, or I think it's the original Virtua Fighter. But I think that's where it comes from. So it's
circle just, when you can play Virtua Fighter in Yakuza.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So that's, I think, where it comes from. It's it's pretty self-explanatory system, but they really want to make sure you know it. Kiryu successfully beats up these loan sharks. Shinji shows up with a comedy bag with a $sign on it. He's just got a big briefcase with money.
Yeah.
And then Kiryu says, like, sorry, loan sharks, nothing personnel, let's go. Or if you're playing on the English version, he says, "Let's go. I'm Kiryu Kazuma, and this is how I sound in English." And it's not great.
Yeah, so you go back outside. Shinji's like, "Wow, that was so cool. You beat them up real good. No wonder you're going to get your own family soon." And he is going to what is he going to... I don't know what Shinji's going to do.
He's got to go Shinji's going to go take the money, his half of the money, I believe, to Dojima.
Right.
And then he's going to give Kiryu his half.
I got a little confused with how the money's working, because Shinji's like, "I'll take care of the money," and then you have a case full of money still. So I was like, what?
Yeah, because you're splitting it in half. So half of it's going to, I believe, go to Kiryu, and the other half is the cut for Dojima.
Yeah, gotcha.
But first he's going to go stop and meet his friends at Serena.
Yeah.
Which Shinji gives Kiryu directions to, at least in the original, which is really funny.
You need to go to Tenkaichi Alley, because you can only get in through the back, Kiryu.
Reina forgot how to use an elevator.
There's a guy in the alleyway you need to bump into, Kiryu.
Yeah,
so
you need to bump into a guy. He also... Yeah. So Kiryu goes to meet with Nishiki. I love Shinji in the English says, "I'll keep a watch out so the pigs don't give us any shit." It's so fucking funny. The amount of profanity in this script is it's unbelievable.
You think they were kind of trying to go for, like, the Grand Theft Auto thing?
Oh yeah.
Just like,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that in a little bit.
This game has swears, baby.
Yeah. Check this shit out. You're never going to believe this. What if a character said fuck?
Damn.
So
we're going into the back alley behind Serena, because you can only get in through the back door right now for some reason.
And for plot reasons.
Kiryu bumps into a guy who immediately just fucking flips out on him and is like, "Hey, who do you think you are, asshole? We're going to fucking fight right now." So you fight him. I don't know if this is another tutorial, or if you do you just fight him?
No, it's just there to say, what if you could fight?
Okay, I think they're really just
it's very funny because of how easy this guy is to fight. Also, so this guy just shows up and yeah, exactly. So you beat this guy up in 13 seconds flat, and then the thing ends. Yes.
Yeah, I slapped the shit out of him. I used Essence of Sumo Slap, and just completely obliterated him in about a second and a half. The guy's lying on the ground, and we hear a voice. A familiar voice for me. Not very familiar for you. Well, familiar in a way.
It's kind of familiar for me.
For you, in a different way. He says, I saw that shit. Kiryu-chan!
Kiryu-chan!
Or Kazuma-chan, as he's called in the dub.
Now, here's the thing.
It's Majima, baby.
It's Goro Majima. And, in the English version, who voices the crazy mad dog of Shimano?
The Joker
Besides,
himself.
Of course, the Joker himself, Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
In a performance that many love, but Mark Hamill himself does not remember.
Yeah, he just... You could ask him about this, and he'll just be like, who?
He's like,
what?
I played a guy named Majima. I did a lot of voice acting in the early 2000s. Look, I don't know.
Look.
Majima, our sweet weirdo man. It's been, 7 years, and he's only gotten more and more twisted. He's in his outfit that he's wearing at the end of Yakuza 0, of course, and he's got an umbrella.
He's got a sweet umbrella.
Let me tell you what Majima says.
Yeah.
When he sees Kiryu, when he becomes the freaking Joker.
Yeah, go ahead.
So first of all, he says, I heard you're starting your own family, Kazuma-chan. And then he says, are you gonna go visit your girl at the bar? I hear she's hot and everyone's jealous. I know I'd like to nail a bitch like that. Okay, Majima. Well, this is the dub. Remember, everyone. The characters in this series are not responsible.
This is essentially the same thing as what he says in the.
Is it? Oh, but then he says, because he sees the goon, who we find out is one of Majima's boys. I don't know. Does Majima have his own family at this point?
Yes, he does. He is introduced as Goro Majima, captain of the Shimano family and patriarch of the Majima family.
Yes. So the guy who beats up Kiryu is one of a member of the Majima family, and the guy's like, sorry sir, I didn't know you were the dragon of Dojima. And then
as Majima walks up, we get our first utterance of the words Dojima no Ryu. So
yes, hell yeah,
Kiryu is officially the dragon of Dojima, not Shibusawa. Get on, bitch.
No. Who? Whatever happened to him, it's unclear.
He's in jail forever.
He's in jail for the rest of his life I guess he did kill several people. But Majima walks up to the guy who tried to fight Kiryu, and he takes his umbrella, and he's freaking twisted. He starts hitting him, and in the English version he says, "You stupid fucking motherfucker!"
Jesus. Oh god.
Oh boy, wow, can you believe I'm an American consumer and I say this, I'm nodding and I say this is what I wanted out of my video game. And then he goes to stab the guy in the face with the sharp end of the umbrella, and then Kiryu
it's not like a sharpened umbrella, it's just a normal umbrella.
The game really makes it seem like he was going to kill him. And also, when you talk to the guy later, he says, he was gonna kill me!
Yeah.
So maybe Majima has a sharpened demon fire umbrella.
Maybe.
Yeah, Kiryu stops him, and Majima's like, I was trying to do you a favor, Kiryu-chan. I like that we invented this very difficult Majima voice in the last episode, and now I'm playing the dub, and he just goes, hey, Kiryu-chan, how you doing? I'm Majima. Hey. So I don't have to
I refuse to do Majima voice personally because it would hurt me.
Yeah, it hurts. It was fun while it lasted. Goodbye, Majima voice. Maybe we'll pull it out if
we can only do that for a special occasion.
Yeah, for a special occasion. Yes. So Kiryu protects the guy. Majima says that when Kiryu has his own family, he'll have to learn to kind of discipline them and teach them respect by stabbing them in the face with an umbrella.
He says, as Majima's walking off, I'm gonna do things the right way.
I'm gonna do things my own way.
Yeah.
Starting with going to the bar and getting shit-faced for fun.
Majima is shocked at this statement. He's like, what? Are you fucking disrespecting me? You don't like the way I do things? Huh? What? Come on, fight me. And Kiryu says,
Fight me, Kiryu.
Kiryu says, no, I'm not gonna do that.
I have plenty I will never fight you 200 times.
So Majima slaps him and is like, come on, how about now? And he says, no, I'm not fighting you.
No, this is not in the original game. This is an addition.
Okay, really? So
Yes.
he starts beating Kiryu with his umbrella, and like Kiryu even like starts bleeding a little bit, but he's still just standing there, like, no, I'm not gonna fight you. And Majima's like, okay, well, you've got ideals and you're willing to stand up for them. That's great. Once you have your own family, maybe we'll be able to come to blows over this. It'll be great. So I'm just gonna have to come up with a plan to make you fight me, and it'll be awesome. It'll be great.
I'll come up with a plan to make you fight me, Kiryu, way too many times.
Yeah.
And then in the original, he
walks off and he literally clicks his heels as he's like,
it's good,
going down the alleyway.
I did actually find in my notes there is a deleted scene emailed to me from Nagoshi himself, and he sent me an email and he said, "Hey, check this out! A deleted scene from the original video game 2005 where Majima, he says, 'All right, Kiryu, see you later. I'll see you 2 more times in this whole entire game. Goodbye.'"
Bye.
And that's what he says before he goes away. So let's see. It's time to go up to Bar Serena. Reina is working the bar. What is Reina wearing in this scene, by the way?
Like a kimono.
She was wearing the kimono in the original, and I was like, that's not what she wore in Zero's. I figured.
Well, yeah, but it was the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't wear kimonos in the 80s.
Yeah,
they had a big resurgence in 1995. Nishiki is there, of course. Our good boy, we love him. He's wearing a new suit.
I think Reina's just wearing the kimono because she likes to wear it. She's wearing something different in this chapter, like later on. So like, I think
it's comfortable and easy to wear. Is what they always say. Nishiki's got an outfit change for this game. He's ditched his really stylish red suit that we loved, and he's now just kind of wearing he listened to what Kiryu said about black and white at the end of of Yakuza 0, and he said, "That's a great idea." So he put on a black and white suit. Hey, Kiryu, that was the joke, wasn't it?
Kiryu said, "I'm not feeling black or white. I'm feeling kind of gray." And Nishiki said, "I'm feeling black and white." So he
God, I didn't even think about that, because at the end of Yakuza 0, Nishiki says, "Oh, you'd look great in something black and white." And then Kiryu says, "I think I'll wear my own style." And then Nishiki goes out and buys the black and white suit that he saw.
Yeah.
I think that was the joke, was that he wears a black and white suit in Zero and in the original.
Yeah. He looks good.
He looks great. I still like his Zero style a lot more. I think it's very
Nishiki. I love the Zero suit.
It's awesome. The Zero suit
Zero
Nishiki?
suit Nishiki, yeah. If you type in Nishiki Bailey before you start Yakuza Kiwami, like as your name, he will appear in his Zero suit.
When they put Kiryu and Nishiki in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you can enter a button combo before the match starts that will start you off as Zero Suit Nishiki, and he's a lot faster.
Yeah, so you don't have to use his final smash to change into
the suit
anymore.
And it's funny because a lot of people preferred Zero Suit Nishiki that when they make the next Smash game, they're gonna just have him as his own separate character.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
I feel about that. Yeah, it seems all right. So then we get the scene at Serena. It's just kind of a friends hanging out. This is where in the original series you kind of meet the group of friends: Kiryu, Nishiki, Yumi, and Reina.
Yeah, Reina's closed shop early because none of the other customers.
No one wants to hang out. Yeah, they're like, we're afraid that Oda's going to show up again.
Oh God. Yeah, none of the other customers can stand Kiryu and Nishiki. So and Yumi's out shopping right now, so they're just hanging out. This is Akira Nishikiyama of the Dojima family. He doesn't have any sort of special rank.
No.
Our friend.
We love him. Sweet boy.
So we get some more exposition here. That's basically all that this first chapter is just setting things up.
Setting things up that we already basically know.
Yeah, so we find out that Kazuma has been putting his weight behind Kiryu to get his own family.
Who?
Fuma Oyabun.
Fuma Oyabun. Yes. So listen up, everybody. And I actually think this is kind of a welcome change.
Yeah,
it's
an understandable change because it's one.
I don't appreciate. I think Fuma is a weird name for Kazuma. I don't think he looks like a Fuma. But of course, and this is something that fucking confused me so bad when I played Zero the first time. Kiryu's first name is Kazuma. Kazuma's last name is Kazuma. Names are flip-flopped in Japanese, so often people will call him, Kazuma Kiryu or Kiryu Kazuma. And of course, Kazuma is Kiryu's adopted father. So I always, basically for the entirety of Yakuza 0, my first playthrough, thought that Kiryu literally had Kazuma's last name, and he was Kiryu, first name, Kazuma, last name. This is very confusing, especially if you're playing this in English, and, you know, it's not like a matter of the names are spelled completely differently in Japanese, like a different kanji and everything.
Yeah.
So in the original dub, they renamed him to Shintaro Fuma. I think it is a very welcome change for the dub. I think it makes things a lot more understandable if it's your first time playing and you don't have someone to explain to you that those are different names, because they're very hard to tell apart.
Yeah.
It's just a U versus an A. So that's what they call them in the dub. And I like it, honestly.
Yeah, so...
back to Serena, yes.
Who?
I said back to Serena.
Okay, yeah, back to Serena. So Kazuma's kind of been putting his weight behind Kiryu to get his own family. And at this point, like, Kazuma pretty much runs the Dojima family. Like,
Dojima is just, he's full on. He never leaves his bedroom. He never leaves the giant boss fight room.
He's just watching. He's been so depressed since Takeshi's Castle ended that
he's even watching the horrible British version, whatever that one's called. Yeah.
Yeah, he just sits in his room all day and just watches it. He's a
fucking neat now.
It's too bad, you know. One day he'll, you know, he never lives to find out about Wipeout or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know, to kind of scratch that. Same
itch. He doesn't fucking deserve Wipeout. So
yeah, he doesn't. But you know,
no.
So Dojima is just kind of like a figurehead at this point. He basically just spends all of his time talking about how cool and good he used to be. Like we get that line. I don't know if
they literally say like. He talks about the glory days, and then we know, you know, we fucking know from Yakuza 0 that what he was like in the glory days, and then he's just like, now we know for 7 years he's just been talking about just, I could have been the one in charge, I could have had that empty lot, I had it, I was so close, I was the best Yakuza. Fuck this guy, I hate him.
Yeah, so they didn't even change that line from the original. That's pretty great. Like,
no,
they kind of...
They explain why Dojima's such a bitter fucking shithead.
So, you know, Nishiki's kind of like we get some foreshadowing here. Like they're starting early with this inferiority complex shit.
He's like,
and Nishiki's like, you beat me to it again already, huh? Like you're getting your own family, and I'm stuck in the dirt.
Kiryu asks Nishiki how his sister's doing. His sister that they never mention in Yakuza 0 for some reason, even though it's a prequel that was trying to set everything up. But Nishiki has a sister. I guess she was also in Sunflower Orphanage. I guess. Presumably. I don't know. I don't think it.
I mean, they had the same parents, ever explained. So
I guess. But Nishiki's sister is sick with a nondescript illness. She's not doing well. She apparently is going to get one final operation that the doctors don't think she'll survive. Very sad for Nishiki. He's very upset about it.
Yeah.
But then Yumi's here to cheer up her friends.
Yumi's here, and when Yumi walks in, Kiryu has the biggest, goofiest smile on his face. I want to post it to my Twitter later.
Go for it. I'll retweet
it's so
it.
good.
Yeah. Yumi, of course. They mentioned her a couple times in Yakuza 0.
Yeah,
and she
Tachibana
is Kiryu's
did.
love interest. Yes.
She's
wearing the ring that we see at the beginning of the game. It is very, like, clearly shown that it is the same ring. And then we just get this kind of montage of the people, like, talking and drinking and having a good time. And then Yumi sort of leaves, and Kiryu's, like, passed out. And it's literally, they start drinking at, like 6 or 7 o'clock? And Kiryu wakes up at 4 p.m. the next day.
Wait, no, this is where it cuts in Kiwami. We get another flashback. Yeah, so they're partying and stuff, and then we flash back to a few months ago.
Boy.
Do you not get this at all?
No, this is new content.
Oh, damn.
See, this is exciting.
Solo
you never
operation.
know what we're gonna get.
I'm going in on my own into enemy territory. Yeah, so
tactical Yakuza action.
Yeah, we cut back to a few months ago, and it's still in Serena. Yumi, by the way, works as like a hostess in Serena. She's presumably the only one there.
Yeah. Which I think was mentioned in Zero, too. I think they talked about she's in college, but they said that she was pretty enough to be a hostess at Serena
a
or
job
something.
at Serena or something. Like, Nishiki's been talking to Reina about that. Yeah. So, Nishiki and Kiryu are at the bar once again. They kind of call Reina over because they're like, hey, come on, we're paying customers, too. And, I mean, Reina's just sitting there, like, with Yumi and the other customer. So, we get a little bit more talking, like Nishiki, like, hey, you're gonna start that casino venture that could really turn out well for you, and Kiryu doesn't want to do it because he's good and he doesn't want to.
Kiryu, what happened to your real estate thing? That you were making so much money from that. And he's like, oh, I didn't feel good about it once we started using prison labor.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, so Kiryu doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to con money out of civilians, so it's just kind of driving home like, oh, Kiryu is good Yakuza. He's the good
driving home the point of what is Kiryu doing in this line of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Nishiki's like, what the fuck are you doing in this line of work?
Yeah.
You need to be more ambitious. You're like maybe you'll get your own family, but once that's over with, like, you've basically hit the glass ceiling. You need to really step up and kind of go above and beyond. And Kiryu's like, I don't know, man.
Kiryu has the reasonable conclusion when you play Yakuza 0 of, and I guess this is, I don't know, maybe intentionally calling back to the fact that Kazuma was in jail because the cops busted his gambling parlors. So maybe not the best recommendation.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But I mean, he doesn't even approach it from that. He says, like, no. I don't want to con money out of civilians, is how he frames it.
Oh yeah.
So then
Reina had a magic child who could win every gambling game for me.
Reina's like, hey, you two knuckleheads, did you even remember that Yumi's birthday is coming up? Like, I know you've lived with, like, you spent years and years with her in that orphanage, but, like, do you remember? And Kiryu says, no, I'm fucking stupid. I fucking forgot. Oh, God, I've been so busy.
God damn it. Do you think Kiryu knows his own birthday? Because I don't think Kiryu celebrates his birthday. I
don't think he does. Well, I don't know. No, look. His tattoo, his dragon tattoo, we've never mentioned it. It does actually have his birthday on it. So
does it really, or is this a goof, or is this?
No, it does. It does.
Cool.
So he got it tattooed on his back so he could remember it.
But he's an idiot, so he tattooed it on his back where he can never see it. So it doesn't do him any good.
Yeah, he should have got it.
It also has in the, like, kanji numbers. It has, like, his social security number and his phone number and his address on there, just in case he forgets it.
Yeah, any time he, like, takes off his shirt to do a fight, he needs to make sure there's, like, no cameras around or anything so that nobody's like.
he puts a Band-Aid over it.
Yeah. But Nishiki says, yeah, of course I remembered her birthday. I'm not stupid. I got Yumi a pink diamond necklace. She'll love it.
What a nice guy, Nishiki. What a capital N, capital G nice guy.
Shut up.
The birthday rememberer.
Shut up. We love Nishiki here. We will not disparage him.
We do respect and love Nishiki.
Kiryu's fucking stupid. He's like, oh shit. What do I get girls for their birthday?
What do girls like?
Reina,
do they
please.
like gift cards?
Reina, you need to help me, please. Tell me what I should get. And she says, what about a ring? What if you just got her a ring?
Does she like Pocket Circuit?
I'll
get her a Pocket Circuit.
Get her some jewelry, like a ring. And then Kiryu's like, but what kind of ring? A ring?
Like a mood ring?
Where do I get a ring? Where do I buy one of those? Please, Reina, you need to be more specific. And so Reina's like, okay, there's this new ring. It's from France. It's very nice. All the ladies love it. They're selling it at Le Marché. You need to go get it. And Kiryu says, okay, good. I'll go get it. So now you are tasked
I remember this part now, yes.
Yeah, you are tasked with going to Le Marché to get this ring. You go there, you get it. He gets it engraved with Yumi's name, of course. It costs 120,000 yen. And the guy behind the counter is like, you're here shopping today? And Kiryu's like, I think so. I think it's like a ring. It's from France.
It's a circle. It's made of.
I
think it's a circle.
He calls Reina on the phone, like, Reina, please, can you tell this guy what the ring is? I can't remember. Please.
It's like a circle made of precious metal, and it's got like a nice inlaid stone. I can't remember what it's called. Reina, help!
Reina, please.
Reina.
Uh,
I'll just take a gift card, okay? This is too hard.
Guy behind the counter, please don't tell anyone I'm getting this for a girl. Please, don't tell anyone. So you're walking back to Serena with the ring, and a guy bumps into Kiryu and pickpockets the ring.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, so you're chasing after him, and somebody else comes up behind you and like, hey, did he steal from you too? He's a notorious pickpocket. He likes to, like, you know, he steals from people and then he'll run down an alley. He's so good. And then he'll hide behind a soda machine or a flag or something.
The best part is at the end when it turns out he was just getting that ring for his son, because his son never had a ring, and he's a Yakuza, and he wanted to connect with his divorced son.
Yeah, we'll get to that. His son, named Yumi.
Yeah.
And the guy is like, okay, I saw him running down Tenkaichi Alley, you can run after him. So you go after him. He's very obviously hiding behind a vending machine in the alleyway, not even really trying to hide. You find him, and he's like, ah, shit, and he runs off. So you need to chase after him again. He is on what's the name of this the street that had the Sugita building.
That's
Zero.
Oh, what is that one called? I think it's just called like Tenkaichi Alley or something.
No, Tenkaichi Alley is the one between Tenkaichi Street and Nakamichi Street.
No, that's Nakamichi Alley.
No, Nakamichi Alley is between Nakamichi Street and Pink Street,
right.
or Sinryo Avenue. I can't remember which one.
I don't know then.
It's Pink Street.
I guess it doesn't have... Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's the one where Sugita building is, which, by the way, Sugita is still here. It's just you can't go in there anymore.
Yeah, so you chase him
Yamanoi's
down.
old rotting bones are in there, surrounded by the penal real estate company.
Marina has made a
control.
simulacrum of Kiryu and placed the glasses on it, and she is.
But don't get her wrong. She's in control now. She has become just like the most ruthless cop / landlord that has ever been seen, and she will use her penal investment and management unit to just absolutely dominate the real estate industry.
So you chase the guy down again. He's just he's hiding in plain sight once again.
I'm so glad that this is the way that RGG Studios decided would be the way that they start their 10th anniversary remake of Yakuza was with this.
Yeah, this weird fetch quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this guy doesn't he fight you here, and he's got like a really weird, he like does this really stupid pose when he fights you.
Yeah, you find him and you're like, there's nowhere to run now, you bitch. In the dub, that's what he says.
Yeah, in the dub he would say he's a bitch.
Yeah, and the guy's like, well, too bad for you. I'm the final heir to an ancient art of assassination. And you'll have to fight me if you want to get that ring back, idiot. And yeah, he does the dumb pose, and he does have like one of the weirder move sets, like the rarer ones that you usually don't find on Street Goons. He is a shifty-eyed man. That's all he's called by the thing, and unfortunately for him, he picked a fight right next to a bunch of bicycles.
Against the dragon. It was a recipe for disaster. It was, he chose to fight the Dragon of Dojima next to a bunch of bicycles, and that's just, Kiryu looks at one of them and the guy turns to dust.
Yeah, I once again, I don't know what, because the game's not presenting me with tutorials. This may or may not be where the style tutorial is. I don't know. Who cares?
Who cares? You all know how to play.
I did switch to beast style to swing a bicycle. Is what I'm.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, maybe this is where they teach you about style, so you can pick up a bicycle really cool.
Maybe.
So you beat him up.
Oh, yes. That's right. I believe that the first fight tutorial is in Dragon style. You're like locked into it.
Yeah.
And
then like the one in Peace Finance is Dragon
you
style. I don't know what the next fight is if it's a tutorial, and I think this one is.
This one just teaches you that you can switch styles. I remember this now.
Okay, yeah. So you beat him up, and you're like, please give me the ring back. And he says, no, I pawned it off and then spent the money on lottery tickets, so you can't even get the money back from me.
Sega, what's the point of this? Why are we doing this?
I mean, it's a little bit of like extra backstory that I am fine with. I think it gives a little bit more characterization but like the things you have to do to get that are like so arbitrary. It's kind of ridiculous. It should have just been
Yeah.
like an additional cutscene.
So he pawned it, right?
Yeah, he pawned it and spent the money already. So you need to go
Yeah.
back and get it from the pawn shop. You go to Ibisu Pawn, of course. And the guy behind the counter is like, "Oh, I've heard that story a million times. I'm not falling for it."
Yeah, let me guess. Someone stole your ring. Isn't Kiryu like, well, I got it engraved. It says Yumi on it.
Well, not yet. You go into the shop menu and it's 120,000 yen. And so you can't afford it because you spent all of your money buying it at Le Marché. Yeah. So Kiryu's like, fuck, I gotta get the money. I don't have it on me. I need to borrow it from someone. So you go and you walk down to Pink Street, and luckily for you, Shinji is walking down the
Mr.
street.
Libido too.
Yeah, he is.
He's in his cum diaper.
He's in his cum diaper, and he's like, "Whoa, hey, Kiryu, you on your way to a soap land too?" And Kiryu says, "Shinji, there's no time to explain. I need 120,000 yen." And Shinji's
Okay.
like, "Whoa, dude, that's a really expensive soap land. You gotta take me there sometime." And Kiryu says, "Just give me the money." So you get the money from him. You go back to Ibisu Pawn, and now the ring costs 150,000 yen.
Oh my fucking god. We have to appreciate Shinji for just very willingly giving Kiryu 150 million yen without asking any questions besides, "Damn, dude, that sounds like a great sex experience that you're getting out of this." This soap land is not going to do an OTPHJ. They're going to do a UTPHJ.
Damn.
But they're going to leave the pants on.
Kiryu needs another 30,000 yen. He says to the guy behind the counter, now is when he realizes, "Hey, I got a custom engraving on it. It should say Yumi. Just come on, take a look at it." And the guy's like, "No, I'm not doing that.
No.
Fuck you. Before you get out of here before I call the cops." So you go back, and you don't go back to Pink Street. You go to Nakamichi Street on the other side of the alleyway, and now Shinji's walking down that way in the same direction. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
He's just Mr. Libido. He's just going from like sex shop to adult video store to soap land. That's what his life is, and
so you meet up with
this is
you meet up with him, and Shinji's like, "Damn, dude, that was quick. That
was quick.
Damn, you don't fuck around in those soap lands. You just get straight to business." And Kiryu's like, "Please, I need another 30,000.
I need 30,000.
I need 30,000 yen. I need to get back there before some other guy does," is what he says. And Shinji's like, "Whoa, dude, yeah, I understand. Here you go, dude. You're really gonna have to take me to that soap land sometime." And Kiryu says, "Okay, whatever." And you go back to the pawn shop, and you can finally buy the ring, but it's not there anymore. The ring is gone.
Shaking
And
my
Kiryu
head
says,
furiously.
"What the fuck happened to the ring?" And he says, the guy behind the counter says, "Oh, I figured you'd be back. So I did actually take a look at the ring, and it checks out. It does say Yumi on it. And you can, and Kiryu's like, 'Oh, okay, so I can buy it off of you?' And he says, 'No, you can just have it. You don't need to pay for it. You know, if the cops find out that I'm selling stolen goods, they'll come down on me like a house of bricks.'" That's not a phrase. That's not a turn.
A classic phrase. It's a phrase in Japan.
Yeah, it's a phrase in Japan. I mean, the guy didn't say that. I said that.
No,
so.
I know.
Okay. So you finally have the ring back. You go back to Serena. There's no further difficulties. You bring it. Actually, you don't even need to go back to Serena. It just cuts straight there. Everybody's celebrating. Yumi gets the big nice cake from Portal. It's got the strawberries and the candles on it.
It's very funny. This one. This one's not a lie, folks.
It's not a lie.
I wish there was a way to find the geeks and gamers in this executive lounge.
Nishiki gives her the pink diamond necklace that he got her, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, Nishiki. It's nice,
Yay.
I guess." And Reina, even after all this, has to like nudge Kiryu to get him to give Yumi the ring. So Kiryu's
God,
like,
Kiryu.
I got you a ring. I think that's what it's called.
He just throws it in her general direction.
And Yumi is ecstatic. She loves the ring. She
it.
says she'll treasure it for the rest of her life. And this is when we get another flashback. So now in Kiwami, reminder.
We have a flashback within a flashback.
Reminder, the present day is October 1st. We got a flashback to September 30th. Now we are a few months before that. And now we are a few minutes before that initial start of the flashback.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we cut back to when Yumi was talking to the customer when Kiryu and Nishiki first got into the bar earlier. And we get more context on that conversation. So Yumi is saying, "Hey, my birthday's coming up," and the customer says, "Oh, should I get you something? Maybe a ring, perhaps." And Yumi says, "I don't know. I'd really only want a ring from the guy that I'm in love with." And Reina is like, "Oh, interesting." Yeah, so we obviously we get the confirmation that Yumi is in love with Kiryu, and vice versa. And we
confirmed.
We cut back to the second layer of flashback, not the third layer.
We're so deep in it.
Yeah, Nishiki is looking pretty tense, like he's kind of rubbing his legs in a weird way, and he's like, Reina diffuses the situation by being like, "Hey, Nishiki, maybe my birthday's coming up too. You two should get me something. What are you gonna get me?" And she says, "Nishiki, you should get me a ring, and Kiryu, you get me a necklace." So kind of you get what's happening.
Yeah,
here.
you see what it is.
Yeah.
You all get it.
So now we finally go back to September 30th. Kiryu's asleep on the bar. We are back in where everything is happening for everyone the same way. It is 4 p.m. Kiryu wakes up. Nishiki and Yumi are gone. So Kiryu is just gonna go and drop off the monthly take at the Kazuma office.
Yep. Kiryu heads over to the we'll just keep saying Kazuma office. Just know that it's always going to be Fuma for me, Fuma Oyabun.
Mm-hmm.
On our way, we inexplicably meet a guy named Tamura, who is a journalist who wants to introduce his friend Aoki, and he says that he did an article on Kiryu, and there's no reason for this conversation. Yeah. I don't think until much later in our until another chapter or something, but he's just here to say that he's a journalist.
This is this is a strange interaction, which is setting up something that I still don't think is a very big deal.
No, it doesn't matter at all, but they're like, "I'm a journalist from a magazine called Spy!" Yeah. But if you ever need me in chapter 2, I'll be here. Don't worry about it. And then Kiryu says, "Okay." And then he heads over to the Kazuma office. Where we meet our dad, Shintaro Fuma. Kazuma.
Shintaro Fuma. And Osamu Kashiwagi. He's here too.
Can I talk about Osamu Kashiwagi in the dub?
What does he look like?
Well, he looks like, he's PS2 graphics, so he looks quite a lot different. But it's the way that he talks, where because Kazuma tells Kiryu, remember, Kiryu, never go buck wild, never start shooting people, or everyone else is going to follow your example, and they're going to start shooting people. Kiryu says, "I've never killed anyone in my life, and I never will." And then Kashiwagi, he's like, "Did you know that once upon a time, Kazuma Oyabun was the #1 hitman in Kamurocho?" It's like, he's doing this crazy, Minecraft top 10 voice. It's so weird. He's like, it's like, who is, this is not,
it is kind of a strange
Kashiwagi.
Behavior for Kashiwagi as we know him.
Yeah.
Especially since, obviously, Kiryu knows this, but the audience doesn't know this if they're playing Yakuza 1. So we're setting this,
Top 10 things you didn't know about Fuma Oyabun, number 10. Mm-hmm. He's got a big old juicy ass.
Yeah, that's number 10 because pretty much everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that, yeah. In fact, number 9 is the fact that he's used to be the #1 hitman. Number 1 is that his mustache it's like one solid plastic piece, like a Lego, and it snaps right off his face.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Kazuma tells Kiryu, he's like, "Have you visited Sunflower Orphanage? Don't forget your roots. It's always your home.
Exposition.
Don't go visit them." Yeah. He says, "You've never played Yakuza 0. That game doesn't exist yet." Another henchman comes in. That's what the game calls them, all sorts of things. They'll call them goons, thugs, Yakuza. This one says henchmen, which was really funny, Kazuma henchmen.
They put the names next to people's lines in the dub?
Yeah.
On the subtitles for it? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was the guy who meets Kiryu coming in. You could talk to him and he's just like, "Kazuma henchman." Which I guess makes sense because Kazuma is a bit of a mastermind. Mm-hmm. And he explains the situation. Reina has called, and I almost said Chairman Dojima. That is incorrect. Captain Dojima has kidnapped Yumi, and Nishiki went
Captain
after
Dojima?
them.
Oh, that's what he's called in the dub? Okay.
Yeah, he's not Chairman. Patriarch Dojima.
Yeah, he's Patriarch Dojima.
I believe it does say Captain in the dub.
Interesting.
Yeah, he kidnapped Yumi, and Nishiki went after them, and then dramatic music starts playing, and then Kazuma's like, it says something about Dojima. Whenever he wants a girl, he gets her no matter what. Great, fuck you, Kazuma, or not Kazuma. Fuck you, Dojima.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kiryu says like, he said Kazuma's trying to be reasonable, and he's like, don't worry, I'll stop this myself. I have the power to stand up to Dojima. He's a fucking shit anyway, and I can tell him whatever I want to do, and he'll have to do it. So don't worry.
Well, I mean, like,
Kiryu says,
Kiryu, if you go there, you're just gonna make things worse. Like, don't worry, I'll be able to sort it out. Whatever happens, it'll be fine.
But Kiryu's more concerned about his,
Kiryu's concerned about what Nishiki's gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so Kiryu's just like,
that's kind of the biggest thing here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He rushes out the door.
Yeah. And then we recognize it's raining now, so you see where this is going. On the way, once again, Tamura and Aoki, for no fucking reason, just being like, remember, Kiryu, if you ever need a favor in 10 years.
Really? That happens? That didn't happen for me.
Oh, does it not? Yeah, they come by and they're just like, Kiryu, remember, if you ever need anything, let me know. And then Kiryu says, I have no time, I've got to go.
Fantastic.
And then we get to the theater square, and Hirata's here to waste our time, and he's like, I'm back with the golf club, bitch!
Yeah, he's still got the golf club. Because
it's in the dub, and he swears a lot, so he's got his golf club, and you have to fight the fucking Hirata peace finance guys again for no reason. He says that he hired some hard-ass motherfuckers, once again, dub, great job, from Tsukiyama.
There's like one guy with him, though.
Yeah, exactly, you'd think so.
He didn't have that much money, he could only afford the one.
Yeah, he couldn't afford the 5-pack.
That's like his nephew. Like, he didn't pay that much for him.
He's just trying to talk him up. So you beat up Hirata, and then you arrive at the office building, and we see a very similar scene to the beginning of the game. Dojima lying dead on the ground, and then Nishiki is holding the gun. What does Nishiki say in the
He says
original?
That the boss forced himself on Yumi, so I killed him.
Here's what he says in the dub. Ready? He says, he basically says, like, Dojima, et cetera, Yumi. He tried to whatever. And then he says, I fucking shot him. I emptied the whole clip. Like, not only does the dub need to inform us that...
it's a magazine. 2, it's a revolver, so it doesn't have a magazine.
I don't think it's a revolver in the original then, because it's very much like a whatever, I don't know, an automatic or whatever it's called. I don't know guns. I just think it's important that the dub says not only does he fucking shoot him, but it's very important that we know that he shot him many times.
Whereas, like,
otherwise,
it only looks like he has like one bullet wound at least.
I know, but for the Americans, they need to know that this man is full of holes. It's not as cool that if he's not.
Okay.
And then Nishiki's like, oh my god, I just killed the top captain of the Dojima clan. I'm fucked.
Yeah, I killed a direct Tojo, like, subordinate.
This is not going to be good. And what is our sweet boy Kiryu, who may or may not be the one we know, because sometimes he's voiced by someone else.
Nishiki, take Yumi and go.
You found a sister.
Yeah, you've got a sister who's going to be there for her. Like, she's got her last surgery coming up, and if you're in jail, like, who's going to be there for her? Not me, of course. I don't give a shit about her. So Kiryu takes the gun, and Nishiki leaves with Yumi, and we get a replay of the scene from the very beginning.
Kiryu is now in jail. Kiryu explains to the cop who's interrogating him that he killed Dojima because he was in financial trouble and he needed money.
Yeah.
And a detective named
Makoto Date, Tokyo Metropolitan Police Detective, Criminal Investigation Division.
Or inexplicably in English, Mako Date. I don't know why. What's wrong with Makoto? It's Mako Date in the English.
Well, they knew about Yakuza 0 and they didn't want
they knew people would be, they knew in many years they'd make a Yakuza 0, and when Majima met Makoto Makimura, all the fans who played Yakuza 2005 are going to be like, "Wait a minute. That's not the cop. That's not a cop at all." So, yes, this is Date. don't worry about him. We'll meet him again later.
He's not important.
He thinks Kiryu is covering for someone, but then his like, I don't know, fucking detective partner, it's Marina again. She's like, it's just a dead Yakuza. Who fucking cares? It's just they always are killing each other.
It's an internal dispute. Who gives a shit? I just want to get this.
Put your glasses on and let me take a couple of pictures of you, Kiryu. Okay, see you later. Goodbye. And then Kiryu tells Date, a man he's just met, and has no reason to believe would ever be on his side. He's just like, Date, I had a ring on me. Can you give it to Kazuma and tell him that I'm very sorry? And then Date's like, I don't know you shit, and then leaves.
No promises.
I don't know you, Kiryu.
I don't even
We've
know
never
your
met
name.
We've never met before. Why would I do that for you?
Yeah,
we cut to Kiryu.
We cut to Kiryu. He's already in jail. He is now inmate 1240.
Yes.
And he gets a visit from Shinji, presenting him with his official expulsion from the Tojo clan.
Yes, it was signed by Chairman Masaru Sera himself, the third chairman. Remember him? Yep, he's in this game. And Kazuma insisted that Shinji deliver this personally. And I think Kiryu's actually honestly surprised that his punishment was this minor for killing Dojima.
He's surprised that it's an expulsion and not an outright banishment, but apparently the third chairman insisted that that's what it be.
I don't understand the difference. I would assume it either means that Kiryu could theoretically come back, or it possibly means that like maybe a banishment is like, I would never want to see your face around here again, and if you do, we'll kill you. Maybe
perhaps. I'm not sure exactly what the distinction is.
We also find out bad news that Yumi is missing. This is just like Kiryu bad news corner, where he finds out all of the bad things happen.
So
Yumi has lost her
missing.
memory.
She was in the hospital. She lost her memory of everyone and everything. Like, she didn't remember Kiryu or Nishiki or anyone. But now she has even gone missing from the hospital.
She just walked out.
Nishiki and Kazuma are looking for him, but that's all we get.
Yes.
Also Kazuma is going to take over command of the Dojima family, but
good for him.
Yay.
I mean, he was basically already in charge, but we get fucking it's like lunchtime in prison now. Shinji leaves, and we're like the whatever it's called where you eat food in a prison, a mess hall, a cafeteria, whatever. In the dub, they put this ridiculous like prison inmate, like, quite frankly very offensive voices in there. I won't obviously do an impression, but it's like fucking Prison Mike from The Office. It's terrible. And they're just
don't
like,
understand that reference.
It's okay. It's bad. It's just like terrible racist funny voices, and then a dude gets his hand stabbed with a fork. And then the guy next to Kiryu's like, wow, the Dragon of Dojima himself, Kazuma Kiryu. I heard you
offed your patriarch, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking wild. And then he like goes to stab Kiryu in the face with a fork.
Mm-hmm.
That happened for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he not say that that Chairman Sera sent him to kill Kiryu?
He does after the fight.
Yeah. What is up with that? Is that come back up?
Well, look, let's go over this first. So yeah, Kiryu stops the stab. And all the guys get up and they push the chairs.
They push the tables
and the tables out of the way so that everyone can fight.
This is technically the first boss fight in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, for you, it's a tutorial.
Yeah,
but...
I'm on New Game Plus, so it's not very hard. I beat up everyone very quickly. And this is a tutorial. I do remember this. This is the tutorial for Kiwami heat moves, which is where we get our first... What does Kiwami mean? This is where we get our first utterance of... what Kiwami
means extreme.
It means extreme. So you during like against very powerful opponents, bosses, mini bosses, you will get a special prompt once you get to a certain threshold for a Kiwami heat move. They'll kind of slump over and be tired, and their health will start regenerating. And the only way you can stop this is by doing a Kiwami heat move. Each style has its own. You start off with only the one for Brawler unlocked, and you need to unlock the other ones with experience, so you should really do those quickly.
I'm sure this mechanic will not be infuriating later in the game.
it's fine for me. I'm on New Game Plus, and even on
even
on my first run through, I didn't have a problem with it. Anyways, so yeah, you do that to them, and it stops their health from regenerating, and it does like a lot of damage, more so than most heat moves. So they're always like pretty cool, like over the top. One's the one for rush style I like a lot, because it's basically just a stand rush. Like he says aura and everything. Like it's great.
He sure does.
So yeah, and you beat him up, and
I like his weapon choice. I've never seen anything like this in the series. That this guy is dual wielding forks.
Yeah, I mean that's what you got, so that's what you use.
I mean, I know. I love it. Double forking it.
When all you have is a fork, everything looks like a big spicy meatball.
That's true, including Kiryu's eyeball.
He'll even throw the forks at you. It's pretty great.
Damn, he's like a Lao Gui's like shittier brother.
Yeah, I only learned how to do it with forks.
After Dojima monopolized the time of the most expensive hitman in Asia, Masaru Sera had to hire the shittiest hitman in all of Asia, who he's the beloved character from the hit 2000s comedy Mystery Men. He's the Blue Raja, and his specialty is that he throws forks, and he's played by one of the Simpsons guys.
Okay.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he sings the funny Smash Mouth song that we all know and love.
Yeah, so Kiryu beats the guy up, and he asks, who gave you the order to kill me? And it was Masaru Sera himself, the third chairman.
What a betrayal. What a dick.
Yeah. So, yeah, Kiryu, especially coming from Yakuza 0, this is like, ooh, what's going on here?
Really, Kiryu, Sera's would not be where he is today without Kiryu, but see, and that is the end of the chapter. I will inform everyone.
It's not yet the end. Kiryu gets knocked out by one of the guards, and then it's the end of the
chapter. Yes. He gets knocked out, and then the next time he wakes up, 10 years have passed.
Yeah.
He got hit very hard in the brain with a nice firm piece of wood. So yes, our next chapter will be set in 2005, which is when the rest of the game will take place.
Yeah.
That is the end of our first Yakuza 1 experience. Good stuff so far. I'm enjoying the PS2 version quite a lot. I can't wait for the city to actually open up.
Yeah, me too. I'm liking going back to Kiwami. It's fun. Because this was the first Yakuza game that I played all the way through, like all the story. So it's been actually like a couple years since I've played it. So yeah.
Did you play Kiwami before you played 0?
I played 0 before I played Kiwami, but I finished Kiwami before I finished 0.
Oh, I see.
Is what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
Well, I have something for you. I have a surprise that I didn't tell you about, so I hope you're cool with this. I have a surprise segment that I've prepared.
Fantastic.
I was going to do an Essence of Education this week, but then I realized there was another point in the series that would be much better suited for the topic that I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was always confused why you didn't just do that in the first place. Why you didn't save it for
I just kind of wanted to do, because I haven't done one of those in a while, because I haven't found any concepts worth explaining. So instead, I have a Yakuza history lesson. Not the criminals, but the game itself.
All right.
So, how did this weird, janky PS2 game become such a smash hit that it is today? Because everyone out there, it's the top-selling franchise worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. But it has enjoyed many, many sequels, and this is the first one, especially the one I'm playing. So Sega in the late 90s was in a terrible place. Their Dreamcast console completely demolished by the PS2.
Had the Sega Saturn come out yet? Like the one that they released like the day they announced it or whatever?
I think that may have happened also. I know for a fact that the moment that Sony came out and announced the price of the PS2, Sega as a company was basically gone, because nothing they could have released would be able to match the quality and price of the PS2. I like to imagine that the PS2 was like deliberately made extremely cheap to basically just put Sega out of business forever.
Damn.
After the disappointing sales of Shenmue, which was at the time the most expensive video game ever made, I believe that the budget was like $42 million.
God damn.
It was extremely expensive. The effort was pretty inarguably wasted in terms of how much money it made versus how much money it spent. Sega was just in a terrible place. They were no longer making consoles. They were a third-party developer. But that's when our main character of the segment, Toshihiro Nagoshi, comes in. So Nagoshi worked with Yu Suzuki, who's the creator of Shenmue. And he had been working inside Sega and under Yu Suzuki for a while. I think he did some work on Virtua Fighter. And of course on Shenmue. He also was responsible for directing 2 third-party Sega games for Nintendo, which was Super Monkey Ball. He's the creator and director of Super Monkey Ball, so good on you, Nagoshi. I love those games, even though they're fucking hard. And he also directed F-Zero GX, which I know some people very much love.
Yeah, that's a
F-Zero.
wild game. I love the cutscenes in that game.
So at this point in time, the video game market in the West, like, this was when you were starting to see companies like Rockstar and EA who had these giganto budgets and were putting out these huge games. And the developers...
This is like around when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out.
Yeah, exactly. And that game is... I mean, that game and then like San Andreas, right, are like huge games, and they sold a lot of copies. So Sega especially, I mean, in general, you know, Nintendo was doing all right, but like... the Japanese developers were having trouble keeping up with the Western companies just in terms of sheer budget. So Nagoshi saw an opportunity to tap into a, as of yet, not like a demographic that Sega had not gotten their hands on yet, which was it was Japanese adult men. Sega was for the most part just kind of marketing games towards, you know, family friendly, whatever, you know, Sonic, etc., etc. But Nagoshi realized that he could probably get new people into video games if he made something a lot more serious and dramatic. And he decided to create a video game about the Japanese Yakuza, like a crime drama. He chose the Yakuza because he thought that they were very dramatic. You know, there's lots of movies about the Yakuza, comics, books, etc. And they're also, you know, it has an inherent violence to it that makes it very exciting and very mature for a video game targeted as adults. He also wanted it to be set in a realistic nightlife setting, with a, you know, a dramatic Yakuza crime drama story, so he could get all these new people into video games that were not interested in them before, because that shit's just for kids. Sonic, that's the fucking baby shit. That's my impression of a person who doesn't. I mean, I don't like Sonic, but that's just my opinion.
It's okay.
Yakuza was not an easy game to pitch. Sega was extremely not into it. They did not think that anyone was going to want to play a super extremely, you know, dramatic, violent, serious crime story made by Sega. Nagoshi was like staking his entire career on this game. He snuck some footage of their demo into a game preview for the execs, and the new CEO of Sega Sammy, which is the conglomerate that Sega, I think, still is. I'm not sure. Hajime Satomi saw it, and he said, damn, this looks cool. Let's put money into this and make it into a video game. Nagoshi's team consisted of lots of other Sega developers. None of them had ever worked on anything like this. There might have actually been some Shenmue crossover, which a lot of people say Shenmue is kind of the, you know, Yakuza's like the spiritual successor.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, like, you know, they are quite different, just kind of in tone.
They're very different
gameplay.
I think people compare it to the idea that it's a game set in a very detailed,
but
quite like, small map. And
there is some merit to that, but it's more surface level than, you know, like people make it out to be.
No. The games are very different. There's no real time clock garbage in Yakuza, thankfully. But the other people working on this game, they were from Virtua Fighter, and they worked on Monkey Ball with Nagoshi, and there were some Jet Set Radio people in there, which, you know me, I love Jet Set Radio. So none of them had ever worked on a game like Yakuza, so it was kind of an uphill battle the entire time, because this was a game that was like a very much a passion project of Nagoshi's. He even, like, apparently he says, and a lot of the sourcing of this comes from an interview on Famitsu that I had to translate using Google Translate, so I can't promise that all of this is accurate. I did cross-reference some of it with Wikipedia and from other articles. But he says that, like, some of the characters, including like Kiryu, is named after people he knows. Okay. And like he also based a lot of it on like his experiences being younger and like going out to, you know, the nightclubs and the nightlife and partying and stuff. So that's where a lot of this comes from. The actual story of Yakuza, like the plot, was written and directed by a guy named Hase Seishu, who's a Japanese crime novelist that Sega hired to come up with the main story.
He only worked on like the first few, didn't he? Like,
yes, I believe so.
Was 2 or 3 the last one he worked on?
I'm not sure. I want to say he did 1 and 2, but I could be wrong. So like this is a Yakuza game written by a crime novelist. The rest of the writing team kind of divided and conquered. Some of them worked on the story with Seishu, and then the other ones were there to write all the side content, side quests, and sub stories. They wanted to, in the original game, according to what I read on Wikipedia, which, you know, whatever, say what you will about Wikipedia, it says that the original Yakuza, they wanted to keep the sub stories kind of in line as best they could with the main story, which is why you'll notice that the sub stories in the original Yakuza are a lot less out there.
Yeah.
Even if you go and play Yakuza 2, the sub stories are so much more wild and crazy. Which we will talk about when we get there. So be prepared, everyone, that when we do sub stories, they're not going to be as silly as the ones in 0 or the ones in 2. The game's budget was 2.4 billion. It was 21 million.
Okay, 2.4 billion yen.
Yeah. No.
I was about to say, what? What? Did you get the number?
After the Shenmue debacle, Sega was not going to pump infinity money into a game that was being directed by a guy who is very, very ambitious about his project, reasonably, because Shenmue lost a shit ton of money. Nagoshi says that the game was basically funded and kept afloat by Phantasy Star Online money that was being made. So
okay, well,
thank you very much,
Phantasy Star Online. You know, I've never
thank
played
you very
it, but
much,
I've heard
Phantasy
good things
Star
about
Online.
It.
Yes.
Shout out to the GameCube Phantasy Star Online controller for just having a full ass keyboard in the middle of it.
Oh yeah,
love that.
Shout out to the Chow Easter egg in Phantasy Star Online. I believe I recall that from when I was a kid.
I don't know anything about that game.
So, when the game came out, it worked out very well for Nagoshi and the team. It sold very well in Japan. It was critically acclaimed. People loved it. They really liked the detailed city of Kamurocho. They liked the twists and turns. They liked how serious it was. The game came out the same year and month it was set. So when we join back with the story next episode, it's going to be set in October 2005, which is when the game was released. So they wanted it to be basically set.
Pretty much all of the games, aside from 0, of course, continue this trend.
Exactly. So as the series progresses, you'll see Kamurocho kind of change and organically age, up until the point of the most recent games where it looks like a city in, you know, the now times.
Yeah.
So they realized, Sega, that this game is a hit, but we could make more money if we market it in the West. And they went hard on marketing it in the West. They put ads in magazines. They put demos out in PlayStation Magazine. They spent a lot of money getting an all-star cast. Mark Hamill, of course, as Majima. We'll meet Shimano. He's voiced by Michael Madsen.
Holy shit!
I know it's a lot. I believe there's a character. I want to say either Reina or Yumi is voiced by someone from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh.
But I forgot to write down her name, so look it up. I'm sure it's someone that you know, if you like Buffy. Team was led by a guy named Kevin Frame, was the localizer team. They originally really wanted to put both audio tracks on, like they do now in games with dubs.
Audio takes up a lot of space, though.
Exactly, so they could not fit it on one disc, and like I said earlier, it's very reasonable that they decided to put the dub in over the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Kiryu is voiced by a guy named Darryl Kurrlyo. I don't know how to say it. He's doing his best. I don't like it. I am.
You did your best, but I'm sorry. I still don't like it, Daryl.
Yeah, it's not your fault. You were trying. He says, like, wow, I've never played a character this complex before. I think he even said that he really liked doing the fight noises, like doing the yells and stuff. I am on the edge of my seat because it's in the trailers. It's not a spoiler that Kiryu is in Yakuza 7, and Yakuza 7 is getting a dub, and I'm God. Are they gonna fucking bring Darryl back to voice Kiryu?
Bring back Darryl. Well,
I mean, for
maybe
consistency,
maybe he's better now. Maybe he's been practicing.
I mean, I don't know.
He's been waiting. He's been waiting for them to call him back up.
I mean, what a hard role to cast. Like, is there one of the most iconic video game voices in Japan to me is gotta be Kiryu. It's like, how can you? I mean, in 2006 when the game came out, when they were localizing it, like, no one knew that this game was gonna have 1 million entries and be like, everyone fucking knows Kiryu for his cool voice.
I don't know, maybe we should save this for another episode, because, I mean, we're already running long and we still got questions, but, like, who would you want to, like, voice act Kiryu, hypothetically? Who do you think
Nolan
would
North.
do a good job?
Troy Baker.
Yeah, look at Troy Baker and Nolan North together at the same time.
They'll the same voice, yeah, exactly. There you go, bam, done. I'm just kidding. For the love of God, don't do that. Anyone else?
Steve
the game. D. Bradley Baker.
Yay.
Charles Martinet.
Oh, great. Yeah, actually, unironically, do that.
Yes. The game sold very well. It sold over 1 million units, and they made a couple more of them. Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the history of Yakuza 1.
People. Some people like these games. They're kind of.
Some people like them. Some people make a podcast about them. Apparently, I've heard.
Yeah.
So there you go. This is the this game is a passion project based on a guy who put his whole career on the line to bring us the series that we love. So thank you very much, Nagoshi, for your hard work, and also thank you for creating Super Monkey Ball.
Also, just
and
look
also
up a picture of Nagoshi, because he
looks exactly like a
Yakuza
character. I know. Also, fuck you, Nagoshi, for creating Super Monkey Ball. What a bullshit game! It's so fucking hard.
Thank you, Nagoshi, for creating Super Monkey Ball. I love Super Monkey Ball.
All right, we've got some questions. If you have a question, you can go to our Twitter, twitter.com/podcastgagotoku. I make a post every week asking for questions, and you can leave the questions in the comments, and then we'll answer them on the podcast. Here's our first question. It's from friend of the show, Dan. It's Mike_Dawson on Twitter. It says, does Kiryu actually know what a soapland is? The answer is, of course, no. I mean, absolutely not.
Yeah, so the secondary implied question here is, what does Kiryu think a soapland is?
I think there's two options here. Either Kiryu
I think he thinks it's a place you go to watch soap operas with other people. Probably men. Yeah, other men, because it's like you can't, it's typically frowned upon for manly men to watch girly soap operas. So you go there to a place.
You go there together.
Like, yeah. And
it's a reaffirming positive space for men to enjoy their soap operas together. Yeah. I was thinking that Kiryu thinks it's like a room with just a bunch of like soap on the floor, and it's where you kind of go and slip and slide around and fall over. And
yeah, it's like one of those buildings that's just full of trampolines, but it's like instead it's like bodily injuries from falling on the floor because it's covered in soap.
I mean, that's the same thing as the place with the trampolines. That's just where you take your kid if you want them to break their arm on their birthday. So, do you think Cosma ever took Kiryu to the trampoline place when he was 24?
Yeah,
check this out.
Yeah, whenever he got promoted to lieutenant, that's what they did to celebrate. They went to the trampoline building.
Here's a question from friend of the show.
Kiryu tried to do a front flip into the foam pit, and he almost didn't come out. He almost got lost in the foam pit.
They had to close down everything. They had to fish him out of there. Just really take him out. Everyone was really mad. There was like a fifth grader birthday party. They were furious because they had to fish the Yakuza out of the ball pit. Reina was there. She runs it, and she's like, no one wants to come here because this is where all the Yakuza like to bounce around. Here's one from friend of the show, Maxi Bajillion, and Slappers Only co-host. It's from Max, and it says, listen to Slappers Only, new episode coming soon. It says, okay, so if Mark Hamill is Majima, that makes Majima the Joker by the transitive property. What would the funniest villain mannerisms, non-Joker, what would be the funniest villain mannerisms, non-Joker, for Majima to have?
I'll be honest, I don't really understand this question.
I have become the freaking Joker, Kiryu-chan!
So just like things that villains say, but not the Joker for Majima to say. I can't think of anything that villains say. Oh, what do villains say? For Majima to say, I think you're the fake hedgehog here, and then Kiryu says, "I'll make you eat those words," and that's it.
He says, "Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity, Kiryu-chan?" Far Cry 3 coming soon to Xbox near you.
I haven't talked about Far Cry 3 with anyone since Sagawa got shot.
Oh my god. Kiryu, did you know that your funny tattoo can give you all kinds of new powers and perks, Kiryu-chan? Oh man, Far Cry 3. Oh Jesus. Oh boy. Don't even remind me. Here's one question, our last question of the week from friend of the show, Marshmallow. It says, what wacky shenanigans did our boys get up to during the time gap?
We only really know about, like, one event that happened during the time gap.
Yeah, we know there's one confirmed thing that happens in the time gap, which I don't even care. It doesn't matter. Kiryu gets, like, into some business with a triad.
Yeah. And
allegedly...
I didn't mention it, but Kazuma has a cane now.
Oh yeah, Kazuma has a cane.
We never saw him walk in Zero, so there,
No.
Which is why I didn't mention it, so it's like, well, we have no reason to believe he didn't have a cane back then. But we do find out that this is the incident where he got it. That is why he got it, because he barged in to save Kiryu, and he got, like, shot in the process.
It has been said, allegedly, that because of the success of Yakuza 0, that RGG has considered at some point creating a sequel like a Yakuza 0 2.
I would love that. Like, my thing is that I really want them to flesh out the Nishiki and Kiryu relationship more. I think Zero did a pretty good job of it. Like, it's really good, especially setting up this game, which is all about that. But, like, I think another game to do it would be good. Like, that really focuses on it, because it's not really the focus of Zero in any way.
No. It's just kind of like, you know where the plot's going, and it's all making, like, kind of cheeky nods at Kiwami, like, haha, if you know what happens in Kiwami, you're gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would genuinely love another game set, like, a year or two after that's kind of about Kiryu. Maybe it's a little more low stakes, that he hasn't, like, fully, but it's made, like, about the triad business. I think that would be a fine video game. I'd play it, but I would play any old game that the studio puts out, so maybe I'm not the person to talk about this.
We're piss pigs. We love everything they do.
God. But on the other hand, what kind of wacky shenanigans? Because Kiryu getting kidnapped by a triad is not that wacky. I hate to break it to you. What's the wacky shenanigans?
I think Kiryu and Nishiki went go-karting a few times. They had fun doing that.
Kiryu, every single year.
They got in an accident, and Kiryu did break, several limbs on the go-karts, but he's fine now. Nishiki
shot in a cutscene.
Still makes fun of him for that, but it's okay.
Every single year, Kiryu forgets Yumi's birthday, and every year Reina tells Kiryu to buy Yumi a specific piece of jewelry that she has requested beforehand, and it always happens. He never remembers what she likes. And like one time he bought her some Pocket Circuit God tier gears or something, and she hated it, but she appreciated it because
she appreciated it because, like, it's the thought that counts. And he did spend 1 million yen at the Dream Machine.
He did spend 30 million yen getting it out of a Dream Machine. So also in between the games, the Dojima family led the single-handed dismantling of the Dream Machine system. They rounded up every Dream Machine. They threw them in the dumpsters.
Yeah, which is why they're not in Kamurocho.
They're not in any. They're never in any other game. So
yeah,
thank God. I hate the Dream Machines. Beyond from the broadest concept of, oh, that's a funny sounding series of words. So that's some hijinks for you. Maybe we'll see more if they ever make 0-2. Which, oh my God, I want them to so bad.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's like. Obviously, like, I think it's a very fandom-y thing of us to say that, like, ooh, they should really flesh out this period of time more, but it's like, if they do make another game about Kiryu, obviously it pretty much has to be set then. But also, like...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, we are just big fans of the series, and we love Kiryu, and we want to see more of him. Like, there's not really any way around that.
Hey, what if in the dub they couldn't find anyone better to play Kiryu, so they just got what's his name, Takaya Kuroda, to speak English, and it was really bad. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah, this is before
like they did with
the practice of doing,
Yakuza 3 when he learns
Yakuza
English.
3. So he didn't even have that under his belt yet.
Oh my god. I'm just thinking about it. Like, who could play Kiryu? I think the only option is to bring back Darryl. Like, because there's nothing they could do.
I'm telling you, man, he's been practicing all these years. He's like,
last thing he was in on his Wikipedia page was Destiny 2. So
wow, what is he in Destiny 2?
Kurrlyo, Darryl Kurrlyo,
best known for voicing Cosmic Kiryu in the 2005 video game Yakuza.
Yeah.
From East Lansing, Michigan. Filmography, video games. Gotta scroll way down. He was the Dom in Saints Row 4. Okay. Belial in Diablo 2. Alex Mercer in Prototype 2. And
beloved character, Alex Mercer.
He is Asher Mir in Destiny 2. Oh, I remember Asher. He's like
Do you know who that is?
He's like the wacky genius guy on Venus or whatever.
Cool. Well, thank you for your service, Darryl. You did your best. I don't think we're going to be seeing you again as Kiryu, but we'll talk much more about your work as we progress through the 13 chapters, I believe, of Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza 1. So,
yeah.
I think we'll cut it there. I think that's a good place to stop. Thank you all for your
It's been
questions.
A long episode once again for some reason.
Some technical difficulties, phone calls,
comments, or anything, you can send them to our Twitter. That is at Podcast Gagotoku, Podcast GAGOTOKU. We put out a questions post every week. Please don't miss it.
I already said that, but that's okay. You can
whatever,
repeat it.
fuck
Go
you.
for it. Yeah. You want to throw down? You just want to have a fight?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm the tutorial boss.
You've got 2 forks, and you're right. You know how to use them. You can find me at Twitter at twitter.com/BradipusRex. You can find Argyle on Twitter at Argyle_Funk. Argyle, tell us about your podcast.
Yeah, we got another podcast. It's called Pod of Greed. That's POD of Greed. It's about Yu-Gi-Oh! We just started on the final...
Congratulations on finishing Capsule Monsters.
Yeah, we finished Capsule Monsters. We have started on the final arc of Season 5, and we have officially made friend of the show Audrey our 6th host going forward, and she promises it's going to be a wild ride. So
congratulations. Now it's the Big 6. Doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah, I forget what we're calling it now. I think she's like the 6th kid or something right now is her official title.
It's good. And you can find 2 of my podcasts, one of which is Jerkin' It, which I do with my brother. We talk about the secret life of the American teenager. We get mad about the secret life of the American teenager. We read fan fiction to fill the void in our life when we have no more secret life of the American teenager to be mad at.
I've heard the new reading is very, very good. It's by an enemy of the show.
We don't talk about that. That's something that we're doing off the air.
Off the air. Okay. Well,
so if you can cut this out.
mean,
no, it's okay. We do live fanfic readings every Saturday. So if you're ever interested in joining in and reading with us, like we'll let you read. We'll give you a part. This fanfic we're reading, it's in script format, so you can read and participate, and it's a lot of fun. And that's kind of why my brain's broken all the time. But I fix my brain by doing Podcast Gagotoku, and I also do Slappers Only, as mentioned before with Max. That's a podcast for Max and I pick a video game, and then we pick the best song by doing a 6 to 12 round elimination event. We talk about how good the game is and how good the music is. It's a lot of fun. Our Halo 2 episode, our second episode.
Matt GameCube.
Featuring Matt of Noiseface, who will be coming soon. And I believe the episode will be out by then, so I can share that the next pick is going to be Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. That'll be coming in 2 weeks.
Some good songs in that. I already threw a song your way that you
yeah.
probably won't pick. I don't think it's really your taste, but if I was on, I would pick that.
I enjoy it, but that's what we're going to be doing next week. So those are my 2 podcasts. You can find them on Twitter, whatever. It's been so long, this recording. Chapter 1, Yakuza, thanks for listening. And as always, for the first time, you know what it means now. Kiwami means extreme.
It does. Bye.
そうトゥーナ今夜もまたトゥーナため息つく一人きりじゃ上書けない思い出ナトゥーナ近いのそうトゥーナ場所で待つよこんな夜はお前に会える